Hello. What? What green thing? I think it's a little chocobo green with the chocobo head. Yeah, I don't know. I can't turn him because I'm in the queue already. Okay. Mic is working. And we're logging back in. I'm just wrapping up typing the social post. I want to say that's it, but we're gonna do this. Boys. Okay. Oh, I see. So let's see. Yokai Watch is still going. Moogle Treasure Trove is still going. And I don't know what else is still going. But let me... Oh, right. I forgot I changed my menus to be the bright blue ones. Okay. We are live everywhere we need to be live, I think. Let's do that. Okay. Posted. Open up chat over here. These are all connected. Oh. You guys ready for some fantastic Final Fantasy goodness? Do let me know if I need to work with any of the volumes. If I need to tweak game volume compared to me, things like that. All this should be good. And I've got my controller. Is my controller all set up properly? Perfect. Boom. Yep. Let's see. Repair all. I was gonna say there shouldn't be much to repair. No, it's actually really loud in my ears. Alright. Bro, I trust you had a good rest. An envoy of Master Fortunault arrived not too long ago with a message. Turn it down a little bit for myself. The Loperits have determined Medion's location. We've been asked to gather at the Rostra. Meet you there shortly. Yeah, so I've got, I think I counted it earlier, I think I have 12 main scenario quests before we're done. And I'm pretty sure the last one has a dungeon and a trial involved with it. Potentially an alliance raid. I could have used the Aethernet to do this faster, but honestly, because I haven't played this so much over the past however long it's been, I'm not too against just walking around and enjoying, you know, the scenery. let's enter the rostra and see what happens. Bloop. All right. We'll see how much I have to talk today. No voice acting. Everyone appears to be present and accounted for. Good. As you know, the Loporits have deduced the whereabouts of Meteion with the crystal we got from Heidelin. Location is far beyond the moon and the farthest reaches of the Sea of Stars at the edge of creation. A veritable Ultima Thule. Okay. Amazing. I should probably change my helmet. Indeed. How then are we to reach it? An excellent question. Luckily for you, I have an equally excellent answer. In theory, with its advanced propulsion systems, the moon is capable of delivering you to Ultima Thule, but the myriad other facilities housed within would greatly impede travel through the Sea of Stars. Even the Mother Crystal may not possess enough ether to bear so massive a vessel to our destination and back. However, if we integrate our hyper hopper into your aether burner, we should be able to fire things up and jump our way to the end of the universe in no time. Does this mean... Bear in mind, this decision was not made solely at my discretion, but with the consent of the Forum. Hearing the Loporits' proposal, the Forum was faced with a grave decision. To commit the Ark to this endeavor would mean abandoning both our plans to evacuate to the moon and to resettle on another star. Needless to say, the proposition invited fierce debate. In the end, however, the Forum was swayed by the simple fact that Heidelin believed you possessed the strength we needed to overcome this crisis. The Great Exodus was, after all, a plan of Heidelin's own making. Therefore, if in the 11th hour she would prefer another means by which we may seek salvation, we would be fools to dismiss it out of hand. Indeed, she sacrificed everything, her very existence, to avert the destruction of this star. That is why we have chosen to place our faith in Heidelin, in you. The Ark will be made ready for your voyage to Ultima Thule. What of all the people that have labored so tirelessly to prepare for the evacuation? They must be furious. I would not be so sure. They have not forgotten your deeds on the Magna Glacies. Nor did your instrumental role in orchestrating the delivery of adamantite go unnoticed. No, the people do not protest. Quite the contrary, they have expressed unwavering support for you and your mission. Are the Loporits too willing to abandon the Exodus? Were you not listening when we said we were born of Heidelin's love for Aetheris and its people? If it means your survival, we would do anything to help. And you'll most certainly have need of our expertise where you're going. There's no guarantee Ultima Thule is a place that supports life, an otherwise vexing problem our know-how can remedy. Besides, Heidelin chose us to lead the way to Meteion. Why else would she give you a crystal only we can decipher? But more importantly, we were perfectly content to evacuate Aetheris until you brought us here, Orianche, and now we're enamored with the place, so what choice do we have but to save it? Beautiful. Of course, none of this is possible without you and the Scions, so I must ask, are you certain you wish to do this? Of course. Of course I have Chocobo head on for them asking me this very serious question, and they can't see my face. Korak says, I can't wait for the graphical update to play my favorite race, Male Rodigan. I was never able to play them until now. That's when I tried any type of armor with details, giant pixels. Yeah, that's one of the downsides to Male Rodigan. But this character was originally Male Rodigan, and then I changed to Here Highlander for a while, but I just changed back to the Rodigan because I just wanted to be the big dude, the big beefy man. Let's see. You couldn't stop us if you tried. Yeah, graphical update's gonna be awesome though. I'm looking forward to everything just getting just a little touch up. Very well, we shall inform the Forum of your decision and begin preparations to bolster the Ark with the hyper hopper. The Loporits will coordinate with the Ilsabard contingent to have the necessary components transported via the Tower of Babel. Of course, it will take time until the work is complete. We don't got time, my guy. Pray now, or for now, pray take your ease. Let's see, Korak says, I hope they have the feature to disable helmets, as they have shown that they have this technology in the game. Disables your helmet for the Needhog cutscene. You're right. I'm surprised there's not already an option in the menu. Yeah. Let's see. Where's the... It's in like your character menu, right? Yeah, hide display headgear. Like if there was just a... Oh, you can manually adjust the mouth to be open or closed. If there was like a button right here, you know, like a third button that just says auto hide during cutscene or something like that. But I'll probably change my... I put on this, what's it called? This glamour plate right before the stream started, but I'll probably switch to this. There we go. I'll use the Scion garb. Look a little official looking. My biggest complaint with the graphical parts that have to do with the game are there's so many armors that have that carbon fiber look to them, and the carbon fiber pieces look really bad. I don't think I have anything with me that has that look, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, where like you just have that appearance of having a piece of carbon fiber on your person. And I've been a good bit of racist while playing this game. Just kept deleting my character and restarting. Yeah, my first couple of characters were what's it called? Lalafels. I don't even want to go through and figure out what it is that's stopping me from changing my gear right now. I'm sure it's like a ring. No, I have an open ring space. So who knows what it is? Probably a weapon. Even then, can't know for sure. Yeah. I wish when this thing popped up, started default Suncat girl, fell in love with their design, but got tired of every piece of gear. Either being open chest bras or miniskirts, yeah. Did Lalafell, but hated how every emote was a 5-year-old. Yeah. They're pretty on the nose about a couple things that really shouldn't be. Yeah, I have no idea. Actually, I know what the problem is. I'm saying I have no idea, but I do know. It's my earrings. All of them had the other earring as part of its set. There we go. So, let's see. Do any of these guys have the carbon fiber armor that I was talking about? So this has it a little bit right here, whoops, on the chest plate, but there are armor pieces that are way more egregious, and you can't even see it because of how small the window is, and I can't like zoom into it more than that. But there's some that like all you see is stretched out carbon fiber texture, and it's just like, come on, you're really gonna be like that? You know, some horror. Yeah. all these sets need a what's it called? Earrings. Or for all of ARR in Heaven's Word because I like the lore. Got tired of the Crash Bandicoot walking animation. I haven't played enough Aura to pay attention to the way they run or anything like that. I think, let's see. Well, let's go through this. Ere we depart, we must leave nothing undone. Quite though, it is difficult to conceive of how one can best prepare to brave a domain where Dynamis governs all. Nevertheless, Heidelin deemed us worthy of the trials that await. For lack of any feasible options at this late stage, let us trust in our judgment and face Meteion as we are. Which leaves the not so small task of coordinating our efforts here to you and to Taru. If all goes to plan, we'll be back before we know it. I certainly hope so. Oh. We'll be praying for your safe return. Mayhap it will affect the Dynamis for us. With that settled, we should get some rest and make most of the time we've been afforded. Oh, Tataru. An emergency, I'm sure. Meeting's over, is it? You're in there for so long, I started to worry. What did they have to say? Glad I took my helmet off. The edge of creation. I see. Rest assured, everything will remain in order until you return. And you will return. Actually, bro, could I borrow you for a moment? Looks like your plans for the interim are decided. When you have finished, meet us back at the annex. Sure. Come with me to the Agora. I have something to show you. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Originally, when I first started playing this game, I first started back when it was still 1.0. I had an Elizin character, and that was my default. I wanted to play as a whatchamacallit, as a Lalafell, because I like just playing in all these fantasy games. I like playing as the short diminutive races. In WoW, I like playing gnomes and goblins, even though none of my mains are gnomes or goblins. The idea of being really tiny and killing things always entertained me. So I really wanted Lalafell to work, but when I came back to the game, which was just a couple of years ago, Rodigan was just what I decided to go with. Oh. Freaking live streams and their live stream problems. Wow, it just connected back to the chats. Let me go to my studio and make sure that I have this chat open on a separate window, since we're having a discussion, and I want to make sure that I can see your messages there. Free company invite. Whoa. The unsolicited free company invite. There we go. Sorry, I pulled up the chat so I could see your messages. Never forget that Viera don't have tails, so they're just ears with rabbit ears and hats that don't work. Never understood the craze over elves in fantasy settings, just humans with pointy ears. Yeah, I came from, when I played for the first time, I came from WoW, and in WoW, I never played as an elf because none of the elves were horde characters. At least I wanted to play night elves, but blood elves were the only option I had. Welcome, bro, to my boutique. I've done the best to provide fashionable attire, career-defining masterpiece, and I have clothes for you. Cool. I get a new clothing set, I'm assuming. Yeah, I'll wait for a moment. Following events cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending Duty Finder registrations. But yeah, basically to go back to what we're talking about, just so many games have elves as a race, and you know, it's just something that I've always just done. So like, I liked playing Night Elves in WoW. I played Elezen here because for me, I always don't like playing the default human in a fantasy game. So I've always gone for something that's, you know, human adjacent. And then even though I had an Elezen back when I played however long ago, that character doesn't exist anymore. I actually don't think I have any Elezen characters on this account as of right now. I think I deleted them all. I hate YouTube small character limit. Don't do well. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of frustrating sometimes. Let's see. Wait for the boutique to open. Why not? No. Yes. I did not expect to find you here. Who did not expect to find me here? Oh, it's the little guy. It's funny as everyone says it's basic to play as human, but nearly every fantasy game with character data, humans are like 1/3. Yeah. I imagine Nidhana would also wish to offer regards. Alas, after delivering our dragon scales, she remained to assist with work on the Aether Burner. This simulacrum too will stay in Charlian while I oversee matters in Radzat. It's a rather convenient means to keep abreast of developments pertaining to the final days. True. It also allows me, after a fashion, to watch over my people in this distant land. Darshan, I was hoping you'd stop by. I can't thank you enough for allowing your artisans to work with me here at the boutique. Please, it is I who should be thanking you. This establishment has restored a sense of normalcy to their lives. You have blessed them with newfound purpose and a means by which to support themselves in these troubled times. By the way, have you seen the AI voice mod for Final Fantasy XIV where they give every cutscene the character voices? I have not. What's more, when they last return home to Razahan, the experience and knowledge they've gained will prove a boon to the artistry. In fact, I came here to see how your new employees are settling in and to express my gratitude for granting them this opportunity. It's an opportunity for me as well. Your artisans have taught me so much about their craftsmanship. Their resourcefulness and ingenuity are nothing short of inspiring. Can't wait to see what kind of wonders we come up with. Taru's great. I pray you every success in your endeavors, Mr. Taru. Turns these pure red cutscenes into voice ones. Nice. I might look into it. Indeed, it was Last Bastion. The only issue that I have stuff with, like, or the only issue I have with stuff like that, of course, is the fact that, like, obviously those voice actors with AI and all that doesn't get paid. Journey into the heavens, protect that light. May the scales of my kin serve you well. I have faith. I should like to visit when this is all over. I loved Radzat as a city. Forgive me, I must take my leave. Ciao. Yeah, no, I think I saw people posting about it in the Final Fantasy subreddit, but I just didn't look into it myself. So we're just chilling here and people are just going to keep walking up to us. Is that what's going to happen? Where must I go to get a meal with some flavor in this wasteland of taste? Oh yeah, because of the Archon bread. I remember that being a thing. Oh, it's our little knight friend from Ishgard. Amelian, is that his name? Imenelian. Sure. New boutique, you say? I'm meaning to expand my wardrobe. A little more flair. So I have nowhere to flaunt said raiment so long as my confinement continues. Lord Fortom insists that so long as there's work to be done, no matter how trivial, I must abide here in Charlian. Okay. Thus do I toil, though every fiber of my being rails against it. Why, I've even suffered the company of that brute Zakar to see the supplies transported in a timely fashion. Yet he was the one granted leave this morning to participate in some supposed covert operation, so I suffer. And without Honorroy here, there's no one to prepare my meals. Came here in the hopes of finding a nice cafe, perhaps. Charlie and delicacies were lacking in every respect. Yeah. Oh no. Are we really going to suggest Archon Loaf? Let's see. Yeah, it's a gray area. I generally take it up as until they publicly speak up against it and the voice AI person isn't using it to make money, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's like you said, it's gray area for that purpose. Yeah, I'm gonna I'll recommend Archon Loaf. It sounds sophisticated. Oh no. Thank you for your suggestion. Poor kid. Yeah, what were we told Archon Loaf tastes like? It tastes like too many things or nothing. That is just like dense bread. Well, is that Bro and Tataru I spy? Who's this now? Hey. Tasted like nothing. Okay. Hancock, what are you still doing here? You said you were returning immediately after dropping off your cargo. Yeah, that was my original plan. After all, any expertise required, aside from the delivery of goods, is well beyond my purview. But what manner of entrepreneur would squander an opportunity to study the markets of the northern seas? Worry not, I will return straightways to Kugane once I have finished. Of course you would find a way to turn this crisis to your advantage. She wounds me, the industrious woman running a new boutique. I'm not blind to the travails of those who fight on the front lines to deliver us from ruin. Indeed, I have every confidence they will succeed, and I would make myself and my business ready for their return. If you believe in them so devoutly, then why not put your money where your mouth is? Fair enough, Tataru, fair enough. There's not more I can do to help ready the Ark and our heroes for the maiden voyage, but on your return I shall host a grand celebration in your honor at the Cairo Inn. Accommodations are quite costly given the reputation of said establishment, but the East Aldenar Trading Company would be honored to foot the bill. Will there be lemon cakes? Oh, a man of tart tastes, I see. Yes, there will be lemon cakes and much, much more. The finest delicacies the world and Lord Lolorito have to offer. But let us speak more of this upon your return, lest I draw even more of Tataru's ire. Until next we meet. I think, again, that's like my favorite part of the Lalafell in general. Tiny balls of rage. By the way, did you pay attention to the Shadowbringer's end cutscene when Krall placed down her Archon bread and it did a clunk? I don't remember that. No. I just remember at the beginning of this expansion when we got here and like someone brought up Archon Loaf and all of the other characters were like, no, not Archon, why? Ah, bro, decided to spend your time at the markets, did you? Who's this gonna be? Ah, yeah. What up? It's Biggs and Wedge. Tatar, Biggs, Wedge. I take it work on the arc proceeds apace. It does. Collaborating with the greatest minds of Charlene and Razatan has been a rewarding experience, and that's to say nothing of what we learned from the Loperits. The arc is unlike anything we've ever had the pleasure to work on. Even Nero was rendered speechless on more than one occasion. Can't wait for you to see it. It's still hard to believe that we have a means to send you off into the great expanse, though, to the farthest known reaches of, well, everything. I never thought I'd live to see such marvels, yet here I am. An awful lot of work, to be fair, and the privilege of being worked like a cart chocobo. Grumble, grumble. There's that too. As busy as we've been, I wish there was more we could do for you, bro, but no matter what happens, we'll have to keep believing for a brighter future. That we do, my friend. That we do. When you head back, would you tell the engineers I'll be along shortly with refreshments? That's very kind of you, Tatar. They'll be glad to hear it. And on that note, Wedge and I should be going. Still a few more things to gather before we return. And it's funny, too, how you were talking about the Lalafell having 5-year-old emotes because of the fact that they're diminutive. But it's that irony that they're also the race that has like the cartel mafia. Terribly sorry for the wait. Hello, hello. Yeah, so it's just funny that like out of all of the races, it's the Lalafell and the Uldans that have access to the black market and are like the crazy backstabbing investors. Haven't we met before? Okay. Thanks to Mr. Sataru, found gainful employment. It's only natural fear. Feel fear in the face of calamity. I know not whether we will come to call this place home or even return to Thavnir, but we're here today and we're glad to have contributed to the cause. Put our hearts and souls to them, every confidence they'll keep you safe in the battle to come. God, so think how far we've come since our humble beginnings at the Waking Sands. From the rising stones to the falling snows, and even a certain insufferable someone's Ruby Bazaar. We were always fortunate to find friends along the way. Even when you were swept away to the first, Gra Tia was there to grant you sanctuary. I'll never forget the relief I felt when you all returned to us. I thought my heart would burst. Yours has been a long, long journey, and I've been privileged to watch, often with bated breath, as you persevered time and again. For all the joy we've shared, there's been much sorrow as well, but I've long since learned you can't have one without the other. Which is why I promised to send you off to the Sea of Stars with a smile. And you can be certain I'll be the first one to welcome you back on your return. Alright. In addition to your new ensemble, we have raiments and weaponry for every need. You may now obtain job-specific gear from this person. Gear can be equipped at level 89, however, all item stats will be subject to item level sync. Upon reaching level 90, these items will no longer be synced. Furthermore, the gear can be dyed upon completion of the role quest associated with said job. Cool. Oh. Oh, do I get to just take it? That's interesting. So they are actually just straight up job specific. Huh. And you get to just take all of it. I'll have to level up the rest of my jobs at some point. I suppose I should just be grabbing all of the updated gear though. So I need to make space. Which of course is always an issue because I always have too much stuff. Because, you know, I never throw anything away. Travesty that my inventory is. Okay, let's go here. I'm gonna say I know I have stuff that I don't need to be carrying for the moment. Not doing any crafting or leveling at the moment, so all of this can get put away. Oh, no more space. It's okay though, because I just needed enough room to put stuff from my armory chest in here. Yeah. Definitely gonna have to work on leveling all these characters up, or all my jobs up, so I can kind of clean up house, because I've been holding everything forever because I'm like, oh, this will be super handy once I get this other job to this level. Don't think I need that, right? Seeing as I can probably just get an augmented ironworks thing, so this can come back to my inventory. Let's see. Chess pieces. I think I can get rid of this because all my crafters are above level 50, right? Except for maybe culinarian. Yeah, culinarian's the only one that would need it, but it's fine. I'm gonna sort everything out over this weekend, I think, and level at least 1 or 2 jobs up to the point where I can get rid of a bunch of this stuff. I don't know why I keep exiting out of my armory chest. That's the inventory. I think I'll be fine with one of these being gone. Earring doesn't matter. Choker probably matters. Oh, right, because I hadn't updated my thing yet. I was gonna say, I know I should have something else here. Probably don't need this. I have 2 open spaces here. Bing. Okay. Let's go to the merchant. Let's pick up a full gear, or the full set of summoner gear. It's all the convoker stuff, right? I didn't think about the fact that there's no jewelry involved. Recommended. That's a look. I don't hate it. Cool. Okay, return to the annex. Yup. Sprint there. Interesting. Got 3 more seconds of sprint on me, so use it to get to here. Trial. You're back. Got my gift. Do you not see my appearance? Looking for others. They've taken their leave. Last stand. Someone to the Numenon. Okay. So I guess we're just going around and talking to people. Cool. Riveting action, I know. But this is kind of like the build up to the final bit of the story content. And this is after today I played for a couple hours, and Tuesday I want to say I played for a couple hours, just doing non-stop MSQ stuff. Come to make a trio quartet. Sure, I'll have a seat.
Your business with Chitauri was finished.
Yep.
My, what a thoughtful surprise. Whatever would we do without her?
Suffer greatly.
Indeed. And she's right, you know. It hasn't been all doom and gloom.
Feels like a lifetime ago that Master Louis Soir gathered us together to form the Circle of Knowing. Since then, we have experienced much. But rather than feeling wiser, the more I learn, the more I find my knowledge lacking.
Forsooth. As a student, vainly did I believe that I held the secrets of creation in my grasp. Yet that which I had seized was but an insignificant sliver of what awaited in the wider world. Every encounter, every experience hath served to open mine eyes, enlightening and humbling me in equal measure. Even from those whom I called enemies have I learned many a valuable lesson.
I mean, it's not unheard of, Organche.
What will we learn at the edge of the universe, I wonder?
What will we learn indeed?
Ultima Thule, where the bringer of the end makes her nest. I, for one, can't possibly imagine. But whatever awaits us there, we will survive. We must. For her.
For poor old Minfilia. You got nothing left to prove, not to Rhine, nor to Minfilia.
Is aught the matter?
No, it's nothing. I just... Well, lately I find myself surprised at how much I've changed.
Yeah.
How much we've all changed.
We've come far together, and if we have aught to say about it, we'll go further still. Aye, we will avert this calamity and return home. In preparation for which, we must give thought to what we hope to achieve after the proverbial dust has settled.
What with the primals and Ascians all but dealt with, I suppose we'll need to look for new hobbies. In all seriousness, though, in uniting to overcome a common foe, the disparate peoples of the world have found a way forward together. It's a truly gratifying sight to see.
Indeed. Though it was many years in the making, we have successfully set in motion the gears of fundamental change.
So much has happened in this game.
With this, we have fulfilled our humble role as a symbol of hope. And I dare say it is time to bow out.
It's a nice,
After
neat
all,
little bow that
there
they're
is
putting
no
on
shortage
this.
of hands to bear the torch in our stead.
You know, I never really considered I might live long enough to see an after. But even if my time as a scion came to an end, I don't expect that much would change. Traveling the world, going wherever the wind blows, lending a hand to those in need.
A journey for journey's sake. It doth suit thee well. I must confess I too have yearned to see more of the world. If thou art amenable to the suggestion, I would accompany thee. Mine ability to effect an air of normalcy through artful disguise is much improved, thou must concede.
Aye, well, improvement is relative. You still look suspicious no matter what you wear. What of you, Ishtola? Any grand plans?
Why, continue my quest for knowledge, naturally. To begin with, I wish to know the state of the reflections, to which end I must find a means to travel between worlds.
Yeah.
'Tis the least I must do if I am to keep my promise.
Yeah.
Should my pursuits prove unduly arduous, I won't hesitate to call on you.
Didn't she make a promise to that one
And in
crossbar?
return, I will take you to see Reen one day. I'm sure you cannot wait to see the fine young woman she has become.
Spare me.
And what of thee? What wouldst thou pursue at duty's end?
Mount collecting, obviously.
Here's yours. My apologies for the wait.
Well, shall we make a toast? To victory.
To our
Let's go.
comrades.
To the future of the star.
I like that our character's classy. Got a glass of wine. Instead of, you know, miniature barrel. It's wild to think of how much they do with what they had created as their like character mesh before. I'm super looking forward to 2 weeks from now with the updated models. Yep, let's go see the others. I suppose we could go to Numenon first. Of course, they're in a spot. Is that Numenon or is that the Levier? That's Numenon. Okay. Thought it was. I haven't played in a long time, but my recollection of the city is still somewhat intact, with the Levier estate being closer to the Rastra. Let me sprint more, please. Oh. Is there a spot for me to walk up right here? A little gap? Is this walkable grass? Yeah. Hey, Alisaie. The two of you look like you're about to pass out. Oh, they are passed out. Awesome. Where'd the books go? There were stacks of books just now.
Oh.
And there they are again.
Knowing them, they're probably dreaming about the celestial adventures to come.
Probably.
Just as well. They've been running themselves ragged of late.
Just
Unlike
kids
you and
after
the
all.
others, I'm a few steps removed from the danger and excitement. The things you all get up to never fail to impress me. But by the same token, I can't help but worry. Not only for your safety, but for your happiness. After everything you've sacrificed, you earned it 1,000 times over.
Plenty happy. Krile.
From the simple pleasures of tucking into a hearty meal or collapsing into a comfortable bed, to the grand triumphs of visiting legendary lands or finding true love. You deserve all the joy in the world. There is so much that life has to offer, so much to be treasured and shared with those we hold dear. So promise me this. Come what may, you won't give up on your own happiness.
I have no reason to give up.
When you're out there fighting tooth and nail, it's all too easy to forget.
Yeah,
But in the end,
sort of.
your passions will be your greatest strength of all. Remember that.
Yeah. Well, because we'll be fighting against negative emotion.
This feels familiar.
What, waking up
Well,
to find me there?
it's good to be.
phone fell.
Wait. What am I? Gods, don't tell me I fell asleep.
Not that there's any shame in it, but you were sleeping like babies.
Oh, how embarrassing.
It's okay, Graha.
Not a word to anyone. Understood? Not one word.
Jeez, Alisaie.
I'm told that sleeping in proper beds of your own choosing is a much more effective way to prepare for battle.
So, what were the two of you doing here?
Well, I came to
I
see
had a
what
few
you two were
books
up
to
to.
return to the library. Thought I'd take care of it while I could.
And you?
Just enjoying a little peace and quiet. Come on. That's great. All right, let's go to Levier Estate. I'm sure we're gonna get some touching moment between Alphino and his Faja. I'm actually just gonna use the what's it called, Ethernet shard to go there. All right, Alphino. Oh, Estinian's here. And he's not in armor. The rare Estinian not in armor appearance.
Oh. What brings you here?
Just came to say hi. You know.
Ah, so you were worried that the Levier household might again be gripped by turmoil. All is well, I assure you. In my letters home, I had made mention of Estinian, you see. My mother wished to meet the legend in person, and so we arranged to have a spot of tea together.
Where were you in my hour of need? Fell beasts I can face, but I'm not made for idle chit-chat with lords and ladies.
Best character.
Well, I for one thought you held your own. Mother was the picture of delight.
I might have been delighted myself, were we in a tavern with more agreeable drink. The thought of fleeing crossed my mind, but what then? I'd never hear the end of it, least of all from Tataru.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. 'Twas not my intent to cause you such distress. It's just... It was one of the things I didn't want to leave undone ere we set forth. That's not to say I think we won't be returning. Yet, given what lies ahead, I did not wish to leave for later that which I could do today.
Smart.
After all, tomorrow is never promised.
That it is not.
It's fine. Not like I had better things to do. Besides, seeing you with your mother brought back fond memories of my own. Be we rich or poor, family is family.
There you go.
Well, it's past time we were on our way.
I love that Estinian provided that like fatherly figure for
Wait.
Alphino for a while, and now we're back here and like his father's actually, you know, fatherly.
Since I left home, I've made a great many mistakes. Mistakes for which I can never make amends. But through it all, you didn't give up on me. To have
That's right.
returned here with you at my side, it means more to me than you know. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart.
No sweat, kiddo.
Forgive me, but it needed to be said.
I'm the one who owes you thanks. Were it not for you, I would not be alive today, nor come to terms with Nidhogg's spirit.
True.
I am ever grateful.
You've been swallowed by hatred. I suppose I ought to thank you both as well. Alphino was
Well,
instrumental
we
in
needn't make it a competition.
getting us
You know, this must be what Heidelin meant when she spoke about depending on one another.
introduced to the 3 grand companies back at the beginning of the game.
However treacherous the road before us, together
And
we will
Estinian,
prevail.
obviously, super important in the Dragon Song War. And multiple times since then. Estinian's been like the goat in coming in to save the day. Alright. We ready? We all done with this? We ready for some action? Because that's what I would like. I would like a little action. Eh. Okay, back to the annex. I went sprinting off, but I needed this. Pachoom. Hooray. Welcome back. It's time for us to retire to our chambers. I really hope the next expansion's quest except music isn't bad. That night at the Royal Menagerie in Alamigo. Of course. Why?
You will never get what you want. Not even the battle you pine for so dearly. In that transcendent moment, what was it that I sought in you?
Hmm.
And what was it that you sought in me?
Dinos, man. He's a pill that I really don't want to have to think about. And thus it dawns. The day of reckoning. Ooh. Is it going to be final days hit Charlene as we take off? Well, come on. Someone say something.
How often have we thus assembled?
There we go.
To combine our knowledge and seek solutions to the problems before us.
Back at the Waking Sands, it was all we could do to address the most minor of troubles. Who could have realized what we'd find when we began to look to the sources of the realm's woes?
At the Rising Stones, we made great strides and shared many moments, from the joyous to the sorrowful.
We've had occasion to call other places home too. Be it Ishgard or Kugane, we were fortunate to find sanctuary wherein we might take stock and continue our fight.
True. Not this time, though.
I was honored to host this company in the Crystarium, to stand with you all as we confronted the truth of the star itself.
Yeah.
And now from this place, we go to fight the most important battle of all.
Is the truth.
The Forum has sent word. The Ark is ready.
Let's
The
go.
Operates naturally will be commanding the vessel. They will see the 8 of you to Ultima Thule.
All right. Soak it all in. Soak in all of the turmoil, the angst
Upon
of
arriving,
the story.
your objective is to find and vanquish Meteon.
Yep.
As a final formality, the Forum bade me ascertain your resolve. So, are you certain you wish to do this?
I'm ready, girl.
We are.
Let's go. Come on. Come on.
Then, ere you report to Thalmasane, I leave you with these words. You must triumph. What that means will differ for each of you. To make it back home, or to simply avert doom, or perhaps something else. Yet whatever it is that drives you, I have faith in its power to see you through. So please, triumph.
You got it, girl.
Triumph, as we who remain behind believe you will.
Let us be off then.
Wait! Both Kryl and I will be there to see you off, but as your receptionist, I feel I need to say this here. Safe journey, all of you, and be safe.
You got it. We won't let you down, Tataru. Come on. You can count on it. Let's go. And go. Oh, perfect. Onto the heavens. Okay. Perfect. Rostra, right? Or we're just going straight to Labyrinthos. I'm just gonna teleport. No more wasting time. I'm super looking forward to next week. Monday is going to be the release of the 7 Days to Die 1.0 experimental. So that's what we'll be streaming next Thursday instead of Final Fantasy 14. By then we're obviously, well, I'm not saying obviously, we've got a little less than 2 hours left on the stream, but realistically we'll be wrapping up most of this today. And then over the next, week, I've still got some Yokai Watch stuff to do, along with couple other in-game things to take care of. But next Thursday we'll be doing the 1.0 experimental stream. Do some zombie survival. And all the other days are unchanged. The Ark. Look at all these people who came to see us off. I love it when they do old songs as the bass line for these tracks. Old melodies.
All present and accounted for? Good. As you will have heard, the Ark is ready. All that remains is to board and be on your way.
I've seen my fair share of tight schedules, but this was bloody murder. But we did it. We finished the ship. It's safe, fit for purpose, and looks good to boot. Aye, it's a Garland through and through.
I love how he's taking credit for something that was like 90% done before they showed up.
Well, the work was hard, but we've learned a lot from it. After all, it's not every day you get tasked with building a starfaring vessel. In case you're wondering about payment, the ongoing existence of the world ought to do. But feel free to throw in a colorful recounting of your journey on your return.
Very nice.
So, have you thought of a name?
A name? Wasn't everyone just calling it Father's teeny tiny toy boat?
Well, seeing as its purpose has changed, I thought a more eloquent name was in order. I suggested as much to Fortuno, who seemed quite amenable to the idea.
As you know, this vessel is the culmination of heretofore unprecedented collaboration. And though said collaboration is owed to the Scions, there is another whose noble deeds made our work possible. From a fragment of Dalamud, we obtained not only advanced materials such as refined adamantite, but the knowledge to traverse the stars.
Yeah.
And this fragment would not have found its way to us had the Archon Louisoix not fought to protect this world. And in so doing, laid down his life. Now that the vessel stands complete, I cannot help but wonder if it was more than mere happenstance. If it was my father's intention to guide us here.
Maybe.
In the hopes that his guidance will see you all safely home, I name the vessel after that self-same fragment of Dalamud he delivered unto us.
Okay.
The starship Ragnarok.
Of course. Ah, man. The hits just keep on coming. Such a goofy smile.
I got everyone you asked for, and not a one less.
Let's go. Are you kidding me?
What are you all doing here?
Let's go.
Oh, I invited them. The representatives of those tribes with religious inclinations. You've done a fine job of readying the Ragnarok, but for it to take flight, we'll of course need the power of the Mother Crystal.
Given its immense size, however, transporting it would be an absolute logistical nightmare. Not to mention we'd need to shatter it into tiny shards for feeding to the engines. But a brilliant idea came to me. We convert the crystal's energy into forms that can transport themselves!
Thou wouldst employ summoning, or should I say its precursor, creation magics.
Care to explain for our benefit?
Let's see how this goes.
As you may have witnessed at Bestways Burrow, the Loperids are capable of creation magics, which they use to shape the moon's environment. Yet simple though they make it seem, 'tis a highly advanced and exacting art. To perform it correctly requireth that the wielder holdeth the object in his mind's eye in clearest detail.
Hence the
I totally
ancients'
got this.
meticulous management of concepts.
Drawing upon this art, the Ascians conceived of summoning as we know it.
Okay.
A derivative that replaceth the complexity of concepts with the simplicity of zealotry to make manifest a creation.
I see. By combining the Loperit's magics and the tribe's faith, we convert the Mother Crystal into primals of purer form and greater obedience. Summoning as it was intended, one might say.
Indeed! Indeed!
Interesting.
When Haldian gave us the ability to use creation magics, she forbade us from using it to make anything possessed of a soul, or similar. She didn't say anything about fulfilling the desires of others, though. So,
Interesting.
borrowing our friend's faith, we'll create deities using the Mother Crystal's power and send them to the Ragnarok!
Am I the only one here concerned about the risk of being turned into a tempered minion?
Oh, right, I was getting to that. From what I've read in Charlian tomes, it appears the Ascians incorporated an additional nasty element into their summoning method.
Okay.
The fervent desire to assimilate others into one's belief. Beings thus created are instilled with the self-same desire and use their powers to enthrall people, starting with the summoner. In contrast, our creation magics, the original and the best, except no substitutes, don't incorporate any of that rubbish, so there's no risk of tempering. I mean, if the being was on the scale of Zodiac, you might feel a little tug, but I think we'll be safe enough.
That's funny.
Truth be told, I do not understand the intricacies of this plan. But none of us would ever turn our backs on you. When the avatars of our faith ran amok, you intervened without decrying we who birthed them. Where others vilified and suppressed us, you offered understanding and friendship.
Yeah, actually.
In gratitude, we will share with you the true expressions of our gods. Not malevolent deities, but benevolent saviors.
Okay.
Alright, you lot, we're heading to the ethereal sea. Stay in sight, else you're liable to get lost.
Lead the way.
That's interesting plan.
May
To
we have a moment?
say the very least.
In
You may.
anticipation of the day man might journey to the stars, we developed thee.
And these are?
Portable teleportation devices. One for each of you, designed to work in tandem. Press the button on one, and in a matter of moments, all 8 will activate and send their owners back to the Ragnarok. There is no telling what hazards you may encounter. If you find yourself separated or lost, please do not hesitate to use them. Be
Actually
safe,
smart.
all of you, and come back.
You as well. I pray you take care.
Looks like everything is in order, so I'll go ahead. A few of my fellows will remain to assist with the summonings, but rest assured, the vessel won't want for competent crewing.
Awesome.
If you are ready, then you should board as well. Go, and Godspeed.
This is honestly awesome. Yeah. Onboarding the Ragnarok, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended that you set sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. There's no way it's going to take over a half hour, right? So let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. It's awesome.
Welcome to the bridge, everyone! I hope you have everything, because I can't be bothered turning back. Right then, make
All right.
yourselves comfortable. We're setting off in just a moment.
It's incredible.
This is Fortuno. Can you hear me? The preparations for the summonings are complete. In accordance with the 14th phase of the plan, we have moved the Ragnarok to the launch site. The gates are open.
So, are we ready?
Yeah.
As ready as we'll ever be. Let's get going.
Oh, come on. The burnt-out star's got more fire in its belly. Try it again, with feeling.
I issue the command to launch. Let's go. With our no voice.
Engage!
Awesome. What is this, Voltron? All right. Oh. Yeah. All right. I'll be right back, guys. I'll let the cutscenes play. Sucks that I'm gonna miss out on them, but I'll just go back and watch them at 5 times.
cannot imagine a greater indignity.
Do not sulk so. For thy mighty winds exist not only to buffet and batter. Nay, they may serve also to thrust forth with vigor. Such is thy glory, and thus it is an occasion to rejoice. So come, let us revel!
Oh, this is cool.
So long as the wind blows freely, I suppose all is as it should be in creation. I will render unto them a storm, that they may pierce the firmament and fly free!
Okay. So we have all of the primals on our ship. No idea. So we're using the power of the Mother Crystal combined with the technology that the Charlians and the Loporiths created, melded together and infused primals to warp across space-time.
Still in one piece? Good. Sleeping way? Report?
All's well. Fantastic, even. Thanks to the power of those primals, the engines are roaring and we're ripping along.
Nice.
All values are also within projected ranges. Time to destination is 8 carats. Perhaps 7 at a pinch.
8 carats.
All right. Let's go over some points of caution.
Let's.
Our destination, as you know, is Ultima Thule. Lest you wonder, the place is not a star so much as a patch of emptiness.
Okay.
That's the extent of what our equipment could determine, anyway. From what we know of Meteon, she's likely used dynamis to obfuscate her location.
How'd you know?
So, in conclusion, we'll only know what's there when we get there.
Precisely.
The crew and I will see to it the ship's ready to take off at a moment's notice. We'll support the search as best we can, but it'll be your paws on the ground, assuming there is any. But everything will be fine, I'm sure. Hydaelyn believes in you, so you ought to believe in yourselves. Just don't do anything I wouldn't, like waiting too long to use those portable teleporters of yours. Personally, at the slightest sign of trouble, I'd mash the button to bits, and you should as well.
Understood. We promise to be careful.
I suggest you brace yourselves. We're about to arrive, and the vessel will shake a good bit. What is this?
Uh-oh.
Something is interfering with the equipment. Greetings.
It's Metion.
Greetings. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So this is Metion.
Oh. Have you met one of my sisters? I don't remember meeting you myself. But I do know that you're from Etheris.
Yep.
Why have you come? All you had to do was wait. I would have delivered to you your ends.
We're here to deliver to you your
I didn't
end.
ask for that.
I don't understand. All life is destined to end. Why choose to prolong your suffering? Effort, ambition, love, they amount to naught. Happiness, should you find it,
So
is
emo.
inevitably lost.
Come on.
Stolen away by events beyond your control. There is no logic nor meaning in it. You think there is. Convince yourselves. But it's all a cruel accident.
Not at all.
Come now. I speak the truth. A truth you would recognize if you looked up at the night sky. Unbroken emptiness. Cold, dark, and silent. Your world, like every other, is but a blemish upon its perfect fabric.
Metion's metal is hell.
Life is an anomaly. It is unnatural.
Is life an anomaly?
And cannot continue. The sooner you accept this, the easier it will be.
How could you say life is unnatural if life comes from nature?
Just to be clear, we're not here to argue with you. We know that life is fleeting, and that in the short time we have it, we're not assured happiness.
Indeed. I've seen far more sorrow in the eyes of many I've met. I myself have plenty of regrets. And one day they'll die with me. Gone to dust with my good deeds and unfulfilled dreams.
Yeah.
But we accept this. That our existence may seem pointless. That sorrow, rage, and despair will always dog our heels. And we press on regardless. That is why Hydaelyn guided us here. In her boundless love for mankind, she has prepared us for this trial, and in her name, we have come for you.
Yes, I sense it. A burning passion like unto fury. I know it well. For the same passion once burned in many a star before yours.
Until I put it out.
Suffocated and extinguished now.
Jesus. Something straight out of a horror game.
I can't breathe. You approach the bounds of my ultimatum, where emotions dictate reality, where resignation and acceptance unite to embrace the end. where those who yet valiantly cling to life can thrive.
Dang. We're missing a Thancred.
By the Fury. Thancred?
Meteon has gone as well. Mayhap he awakened first and gave chase.
No.
Everyone? It appears we are at our destination. This is Ultima Thule.
Not that we knew what to expect, but I wasn't expecting this. From atmospheric composition to ambient temperatures, all reading to within permissible range. This place is capable of supporting life.
Or are we being led to believe it?
If that's the case, then Thancred may well have gone on ahead. Let's
I
go
mean,
and have a look.
Are they gonna scapegoat our boy Thancred again?
Meanwhile, I want the rest of you to perform a full inspection of the ship, as well as a biological scan.
Yeah. I'm not 100% on that.
So it was that the brave wayfarers arrived at last at Dream's End.
Yeah.
In following their path walked and history written, I am made keenly aware of one truth. Though the curtains may fall again and again, so long as others take the stage, ever shall there be more tales to tell.
Wow.
So, let them bring it to a close, I say. Let the curtains fall upon this, the final chapter in the tale of the star.
Eve Stars Ultima Thule.
Is this a dead star?
As I live and breathe, I live and breathe. Well, the environment itself shouldn't kill us.
Yeah.
Well then, let us search for Thancred while exploring the area. The ship we leave in your care.
I love how our character saw Thancred attack and didn't say anything. Can't guarantee you'll help these strange surrounds, but I've readied a provisions node in case of emergency. Of course, if you encounter any real danger here, I expect you to return to the Ragnarok Elements. Well, fortunate this place can support life, albeit barely. I suspect given the torpid style quality of the air, but never mind that, we must find Thancred. Let's begin. And not stay stray too far, lest we lose one another. Provisions node. Cool. We're all repaired. Kind of figured we were, because we haven't had any action since the stream started. Three aetherites on this. Mount Roulette. Bump, bump, bump. This place looks crazy. I'm going to disable mount music. For one, in case like certain mount songs are freaking copyrighted, because that would be wonderful. But for two, also just so that we can experience this place. Ruins, but of what I wonder. Perhaps we can find something that helps us understand the nature of this place. A relic, an inscription, anything. Huh. Sir. Sir. Alright, you wanna go? Let's go. See. This is why I like playing Summoner for this. When we have small nothing encounters, we basically get our burst off right away. Look here, this part is relatively intact. The intricate design of the top suggests it's man-made, although its figures were surely not men, as we can see from them. Having said that, I swear I've seen this pattern before. Would it surprise us if the Allegan were behind it all? Allegan or Asian. You know? You know? Ostracon Deca Octo. That sounds Allegan to me. Not for nothing. Thought this hill might afford a better view of the surroundings. Poor decision in hindsight. Besides the light of this ship, all is shrouded in darkness. If the anchor is here, I'll never know. From what I can tell, we're near the edge of an island, if you can call it that, surrounded by floating debris. Alpha. Were you able to find anything? As I feared, and still no trace of Thancred. There's nothing but emptiness as far as the eye can see, which unfortunately isn't very far. Though I can't help but suspect that someone or something is here. There are times when I sense it drawing close, and then a chill washes over me, leaves me exhausted, leaving me with feelings of death and anguish. I think I might see something over there. There's the dragon, but can they not see? Oh, really? They can't see the dragons? A word before we join the others. Okay. I don't like that. I do not like that we can see dragons and they can't. but Estinian maybe senses them. Thing is, all the enemies are dragons thus far. You see them too, don't you? The dragons. As I thought, their presence is tenuous at best, but there's no mistaking it. No doubt your bond with Midgardsormr and mine with Needhog is what allows us to perceive them. Could these apparitions be related to dragons that now live on Aetheris? Better to leave such conjecture to the others. In any case, we must be careful. We may soon find dragons they can see as well. Death and anguish, what happened to them, I wonder? That's wild. Actually. The Aetheryte looks cool. It looks like it's hollowed out. Oh hey, these dragons are a different color.
Dragons? Here?
Now they can see him.
What you see is a memory of a world that once was. A world suffering a slow death, whose denizens cried out for the release of oblivion.
What? Their world is dead?
It is. Not a single life remains upon that husk floating in the vast emptiness. These creatures are shadow and shade, perpetuated only to suffuse dynamis with their unending lamentations.
That's rough. So they're not alive.
Tancred. Where is he?
A strange question. He is at your side, is he not? Oh yes. He is here and there, and everywhere within this space. He would tell you himself if he had form to form words.
Oh, come on.
Huh. Such loathing and uncertainty. You don't know why you still exist, in like manner to the oblivion I send. I tried to drown out your ether with dynamis, beginning with this Thancred, who came at me despite being unable to breathe. Such a simple thing, unmaking men. In the blinking of an eye, he was gone.
Such a simple
Didn't
thing.
even have the chance to be transformed. Yet somehow, he managed to leave a slither of himself behind. What you call the heart? Or perhaps the soul. In his final moment, he cried out from it. A single word. Survive. That wish proved stronger than the despair that ruled him. It overpowered it, causing this space to be remade. Into a place you can perceive, and where life can endure. That you draw breath is proof that his soul lives on. For how long, however, remains to be seen.
Well then, we should hurry and tend to business. Huh?
It's futile. You will never reach the true me.
I mean,
I told you.
We will.
Emotions dictate reality in this space. Such changes as you might work will not alter in its nature. You may see, but you cannot touch. Walk, but not advance.
Again, if it's emotion, we've got
Meteon holds
plenty of
too much
that.
sway here. How do we contend with a foe who can unmake us on a whim?
I do not know. But Thancred gave his life that we might come this far. We must press on.
Agreed. We cannot turn tail here. Not without something to show for our comrade's sacrifice.
If Thancred is dead from that, I'm gonna be pissed. I'll go Regal Purple. What we got, James? Soul without body, a form of being with which we are not wholly unfamiliar. Indeed, for we existed in a similar state when residing in the first. True. The circumstances are rather more dire than that. 'Tis true, but I choose to believe he is not forever lost to us. I mean, how many times have we had our souls transported and fated and life streamed? Regardless and sacrifice he hath afforded us a chance to prevail. Let's not squander it. Let's speak with the dragons. I'm down for speaking with some dragons. Right. A visitor, not of the star. Could thy slender hands bring plague to our world? Thy breath extinguish life's feeble flame? Oh, how we would adore thee! Alas, with time our flesh shall wither, our souls fade, and so we wait for its inexorable march unto oblivion. These are some emo dragons. If thou art not come to hasten our demise, I bid thee leave us. We crave not companionship, only silence. Yeah, these are some emo boys. Still in the past yieldeth not, our desires meant little to our destiny, and less now. Oh, you're not the one that I'm trying to talk to. Beyond the distant veil, paradise lost, so glorious, so beautiful. We were a proud and noble race, strength embodied. We knew only love before they came. Metal monstrosities of black and silver. No bonds of blood did they share, nor conviction did they have to guide them. Crushing defeat, never have we known so much shame. What were they attacked by? Metal monstrosities, black and silver. Tuning to the 8th right. Looks like our last dragon is that dude sitting up there. Does he look bigger than the others? I can't tell. No, I guess not. Wouldst thou bid me speak? Folly. I observe the lesson of stone. I shall not fly, nor speak, nor roar. Only watch, and wait, and end. But one sight yet stirreth my blood. Tempteth me to raise my voice in lamentation. Knoll, the cradle of unsung dragons. No words, no songs are possessed of the weight to describe such tragedy. Go, if that be thy will, I shall remain. How is it that things go back to dragons in Final Fantasy all the time? Like, I'm surprised Final Fantasy 16 hasn't like rug pulled us and been like, Ultima is a dragon all along. It was their hatchery. They let you hear as well, did they? Described me as the source of their woes and proof of their end. I'm thinking we can see why. It's matching ground. Mid-Godsmer's kind must have once lived and thrived in a place such as this. Reacher said his father was driven from their ancestral home by war and strife. This, then, is the fate of those who remained. Let's have a look around. Maybe these eggs have more to tell of what happened here. Oh no, there's a little baby dragon there. Inside the shattered egg, you find the remains of an unborn dragon. The body has already begun to decompose. Gelatinous half-dried membrane covering the corpse suggests it failed to emerge. Murky liquid is pooled inside this eggshell. The noxious feature is indicative of contamination. Gingerly lifting a large egg from the viscous mire, you peer inside and see a formless mass soaking in a pool of embryonic fluid. Your stomach turns as you return the egg to its resting place. This egg appears to have been broken from the inside out. Perhaps the dragonette within succeeded in hatching. The dragonette was indeed hatched. There's no sign of it here, nor its sire for that matter. We should look for them. You start with cliff tops, I'll search the plains. Go around you. Stellar Wyvern. This place is pretty. I'll give it that much. Someone else is here. Malformed dragonette. Bereaved dragon. So, boisterous howling hath been quieted by thy hand, I presume. Thought I heard a dragon or something resembling one. You did. Was that your child? Perhaps. Some eggs within Omnul are indeed mine. If life within one did quicken, the beast thou hast slain may be of my blood. Yet I do not recognize it, twisted and malformed as it is. Not a dragon in truth, but a reminder of our failure, a testament to our shame. Explain. Yes, Estinian. They descended from the heavens, cold, heartless machines, and with them rode war and death. With fire and fury, rage and rancor we gave answer. 'Twas a long and bloody battle, but only the beginning. Untold chaos and destruction swept over the star. In the end, the invaders were victorious. Yet when they looked upon their prize, they deemed it unfit for requisition. We were abandoned to our ruin. The survivors sought to put away their shame, to rebuild. A futile effort. In purest soil, replete with aether, did we once cultivate our nesting grounds, but our lands were barren, and any eggs nurtured in such desolation were fated to rot. But few survived to hatch and emerge as abominations. But there are dragons among you capable of journeying to other stars. That there are. Many would make the attempt, each bearing a clutch of eggs. The richest stars were home to the harshest rulers, and the arrival of dragons incited contests for supremacy. When the fires faded, the wars lost and won, they too were reduced to ash and waste. 'Tis the curse of those who seek life, to be drawn into conflict, to conquer or be conquered. A vicious cycle we must now choose to break. We tire of conflict, of everything. We wait now in sweet, merciful silence, free from strife and suffering, still as stone. Wait, you claim your kind is doomed, but there is another star. True, but like, what are we gonna do? Convince a bunch of these dragons to come to our planet? Like, what are we doing? They want to only brood in silence, to be left alone with their grief until time itself comes to an end. The sole reward for senseless bloodshed, a pain I understand and wish that I did not. What fools we were. But now isn't the time for such thoughts. The others will want to hear what we learned. Come. Ugh. At this point, just hop down there. We're trying to get things done, man. Excuse me. Were you able to establish any meaningful contact with the dragons? Let's fill them in. I see they wish to escape what they perceive to be a cycle of conflict. As for our part, I believe we are more acutely aware of our confines than before. We started by traversing the perimeter of the island to see if there might be a path leading off it. Sadly, there's nothing to be found. There's no small amount of debris floating about. Could there be enough to serve as a bridge to lead us elsewhere? Negative. I considered that, so I tried throwing a stone into a potential platform, but it never reached its mark. As it crossed an invisible threshold just beyond the boundaries of this island, it vanished, only to reappear above me and fall at my feet. I would not be too quick to presume that what we see outside this space is as it appears. Which is why I returned to the Ragnarok and asked the Loperids to search for a potential path. However, the ship's instruments failed to provide conclusive data on the surrounding area. Until we knew more, I think it's too risky to attempt flying to another island. What Meteon told us before, that emotions dictate reality here, might be the key, but I'm not entirely sure what emotion might manifest a bridge to lead us to safety. So what you're saying is we have no way forward. At present, if it's indeed emotion that governs this island, perhaps it is not Meteons, but the dragons that holds us here. They tire of conflict and having chosen a path of oblivion to escape it. Or rather, they've chosen no path at all, meaning there's no way for the dragons, or anyone here on this island, to advance. A sound theory, disheartening though as it may be. If that's the case, what recourse do we have? They are not like to be persuaded to help us. Their reasoning is built on a history of turmoil and strife. Without irrefutable proof, the future is not as bleak as they believe it to be. Mayhap persuasion is not the answer. Meteon meant to unmake us then and there on the Ragnarok, and she would have succeeded if not for Thancred's determination. She conceded it was strong enough to overpower the despair that otherwise rules Ultima Thule and reshape it to a degree. Perhaps it can be done again in like manner by overpowering the prevailing emotions. Was Ultima Thule's architect Meteon herself, against whom Thancred did pitch himself in a clash of wills. Though I marked no leader among them as such, I did chance to encounter a dragon possessed of despair far more potent than most. Potent enough, mayhap, to dictate the course for others, and thus their domain to follow. He spoke but few words, carefully chosen, their tone and timbre alone threatening to rend my heart in twain. Challenging his desire to remain may allow us to alter the island upon where we stand. Alas, I fear my vaunted rhetoric availed me naught against this calcifying heart, but mayhap one of you will fare better. Jesus, Oranje, the vocabulary that you are using here. I'll end, they call him in the dragon tongue. Come on. Estinian's gonna get real involved here, and I will not be surprised if he's the next person to get vaporized. In the pursuit of finding us a path forward. First or last, I'm assuming for Estinian. My brain is kind of telling me that we're gonna have like all of our allies be lost, and then in the final confrontation against Medion, we're gonna all of a sudden be able to pull them back together, or their ethereal forms as the NPC party for the final confrontation. I'll end.
He remaineth as he was when I first approached, entombed in melancholy.
Okay.
I see. Perhaps I could...
I'll handle this.
So, waiting to die like all the others, are you?
Pride is crushed, and our souls corrupted, the winds are stilled, and the heavens offer no comfort. Okay. Oh, I should do this in dragon voice. Next one. There is nothing left for our kind.
Our long lives are cursed as we await the end. Still as stone we shall become.
So you say. Yet your kind has found a new beginning on our star. One of you braved the expanse, bearing with him a clutch of eggs. They and their children now rule our skies, their song heard by all.
Our kin on another star. And yet, upon thee do I smell the blood of my brethren. Were they drawn into discord and war on their new home?
They were. They suffered much, and repaid their suffering in kind.
It matters not whither we fly. Ever will a sanguine ocean await us. Ever will retribution's wheel turn. And so, on the lust of my pride as a dragon, I break free of this wheel. I renounce conflict, exile myself from the other, never again to be touched by the flames of hatred.
Had your brethren made the selfsame choice, my family might still be alive. Yet lasting peace does not come to those who simply retreat from conflict. No, you must be willing to confront it, to stare into the face of your foe, and see yourself in him. Only then can you break the cycle of torment and tragedy.
Okay, Estinian.
A dear friend taught me at the risk of his life.
Yeah.
There is no nobility in your penance. You wallow in self-pity.
After everything we've endured, we will not let you stop us.
Okay.
Estinian!
Stay back.
That not Medion. We tire of war. We tire of turmoil. Yeah. Gonna leave the dragon voice off for now.
I see. This is the emotion that bars our way. The rest is up to you.
And there goes Estinian.
No! Not Estinian too!
There's a wind.
He's opened the way for us. Sacrificed himself to remake this place, like Thancred did.
Oh, Alphino.
Oh man, come on.
Come. Let us follow the wind. It will not lead us astray. He would not.
Let us follow the wind indeed. Come on. So we're gonna lose the entire party. But it's either gonna be we lose them all, right? And then again, we get like astral projections of them, or we lose them all. But in the final moment, we, the player character, activate our teleporter. Remember the teleporters that we got from Monbrida's parents. And that restores everybody, right? Like brings everyone back. Look there, the wind. This is Estinian's doing. We should follow the flow. Boom. Powerful gale has delivered you to another island. The other signs should arrive before long. Is that an Ochu up there? It looked like one of those eyeball demons from earlier in the expansion. Not that much earlier. Like I fought it the other day. You found a way forward for us. Dragons remain trapped within a prison of their own making, lamenting the horrors of war, yet Estinian knew them better than most. He was a man of honor and a dear friend, willing to fight to the very end for what he believes was right. Ain't that the way? And he's still fighting, just like Thancred. But let's go. Sacrifices are why we can survive here, why we still have a chance to stop her. Even in spirit, they're unwilling to give in to despair, and we mustn't either. Alice is right, we must press on for their sake. Bow, bow, bow. Oopie. Right. As Stola and Alice said, we must continue. We must. Notice the change in our surroundings, perhaps as the memory of an altogether different world. It would be prudent to learn more of it, then tread carefully lest we lose our footing in the sand. Let's go. Sacrifice seems to be the name of this quest. Roads paved. Sacrifice. Yeah, when I was looking at the quest list on the wiki to see how many quests I had left, I was noticing all the unique characters, and I was like, what the heck is going on with these? But it is actually the names of the quests in unique characters. This looks like a dried up ocean. If not for the violet crystal embedded in the surface, 'twould appear as ordinary stone. A curious script hath been etched upon them. Alas, it's not a language with which I am familiar. Cannot say I recognize it either. Nor I. The dragons, from what I recall, preserve their knowledge in song and eschew written word entirely, so we may assume this is the work of another race, one we have yet to encounter. Meteon claimed the dragon's world suffered a slow death, seeking the release of oblivion. What life we find here, like as not, doth wend its way toward a similar end. Oh, Alice, eh? What do you suppose is that over there? I'm not sure, it's hard to make out of this distance, but it seems to bear the same crystals as this monument. Beautiful. Yeah, let's go. Big, tall, binding structure. I'm assuming we're going to the top of it. Yeah, this looks like the eyeball thing that I fought the other day. Drifting Ia. Ghostly figure. Sir? Alright. Oh. Never mind. It ran away. Never mind. It's coming back. Goodbye. Ghostly figure. Hail, travelers. This is the most unexpected occurrence. Oh, hello there. Is this your home? Indeed it is. Ah, forgive me, I had forgotten. An exchange of introductions is expected when first meeting those with whom one is unacquainted. When the vibration of vocal folds was still required to convey our thoughts and intention, Ia, I believe, was a pronunciation used when referring to our people. Though it is not entirely applicable given our present state, you are welcome to use this appellation. As for nomenclature to address my individual person, I believe he would be pronounced Kof Kof or Kof Kuj of the Ia. We've encountered beings that communicate intermittently through thought, but never one that is wholly without voice. I presume we are having this conversation via the medium of aether, or dynamis, as the space is suffused with vast quantities of it. Fascinating in either case. Positive presence. Like yourselves, we are aether-based life forms. Therefore, it may be surmised that your bodies are comparable biological composition to those we once possessed. We have a number of queries regarding your subjective perception of the five senses. In total, I have prepared 198,712,180,827. I was trying to read the number. That's rather a lot, isn't it? My apologies. I have omitted a great many details necessary to understand the nature of my request. Though we dispensed with our corporeal vessels long ago, we have rediscovered a need for the flesh and have endeavored to recreate our erstwhile forms. However, all pertinent records have been lost due to the passage of time. Take, for example, the nervous system. It is well within our power to recreate, but we have no frame of reference for sensations once experienced by our people, which may compromise our ability to interact with our physical environment. And the reason you need to regain corporeal forms? Why, to bring an end to our existence, of course. Though need is perhaps too strong a word. It would be a similar matter to unmake ourselves through use of etheric sanguinators, but such a death seems inadequate. The traditionalists among us believe proper death requires an inescapable sense of impermanence in one's final moments, an experience found only with bodies of flesh. We're in like the emoist of emo timelines. We should be very much like to hear more of your plans. In exchange, we will answer any questions you have to the best of our ability. Such an exchange of information would indeed prove useful. Very well. To ensure efficacious exchange, I hereby invite you to our home. Yes, the abode of Ea, where we traditionalists prepare for our demise. I presume your consent to answer our questions is indicative of a tacit approval of our plans, in which case your cooperation is greatly appreciated. I must caution you, however, to be mindful of the Ea wandering the desert. Their desire for bodies of flesh could be described as overzealous. Now, if you would follow me. This is going rather smoothly, not that I'm complaining, mind. Even so, we mustn't forget their aim is oblivion, much like the dragons. Though I fail to see why a civilization so seemingly advanced would choose to unmake all they've created. At any rate, we will find no answers dallying here. Let's be on our way. Huh. The heck is that? It's like... Huh, it looks like an ethereal from WoW, but it's just like gyrating. Luminions. Just pulsing. He's just standing there, menacingly. Alright. Hello, cough. Welcome to our abode. Most of our compeers you will find remain idle in their domiciles, though your quizzical expressions indicate my phrasing is unclear. I speak, of course, of the violet crystalline structures hanging from the stone structures here. Got it. You say they remain idle, but what of your work to regain corporeal bodies? An astute question, and understandable, given your finite nature. We have no desire to pursue our research, for it is no longer necessary. If, in our idleness, we are struck by sudden inspiration, we rise to pursue said inspiration to its conclusion. That is why I was present for your arrival, and why I continue to engage with you still. But while the others are not currently in motile state, rest assured they would not object were you to disturb their respite. You need only cast your thoughts towards one of their crystalline domiciles to communicate. Okay. So, we just rock up onto one of these. Hold on, there's an eighth right over there. And put our thought into it. You cast your thoughts, but there's no response. Okay. You wish to speak? Very well, pray, a moment if you would. Gonna attune to this while we're here. You attune to the Aetherite. a tuning. Why we seek our end, you ask? If you wish to know, I will tell you. Just a moment. I must remember. What form did I take when I last emerged? Is that a spider version of these things? Jeez. A couple people around here. The strange moaning comes and goes, but soon fades into silence. Okay. Oh, whoops. Was not my intention to go into the water. Alright. Did your inquiries yield satisfactory responses? No, not really. I see. If they fail to answer, then it's likely because their minds have unraveled due to prolonged idleness. They are not but concentrated aether now. Worry not, there are no others who would have need for those lodgings, and they will not provide a hindrance to remain as they are. More importantly, you said some few did answer your request for an audience. I imagine they will be with us ere long. Okay. Had no luck, but everyone else fared well enough. Quite a few have awakened. Ah, there they are. 3. Amazing. Maybe I'll introduce you to Lalak, Dudeek, and I didn't see the last name. It's been alongside. Dare I say, Sadder 4 has been completed a cycle. Indeed, until the travelers brought it to my attention, I hadn't noticed how unraveled some had become. Nanid. Travelers, of course, the ones who wish to know why we seek to regain corporeal forms. The truth of the matter is plain to see as the neighboring systems, but my single account would fail to satisfy the requirement for scientific objectivity, thus did I bid them awaken you. Am I the only one who struggles to tell who is speaking? Nay, thou art not. In the absence of corporeal forms and the divergence they afford, mayhap such a similarity in voice is unavoidable. By the way, have you already observed the requisite custom for the travelers? Whoops, I skipped something. Ah, yes. So long has it been. It completely escaped my mind and still does. What was it again? I can't seem to remember. Neither do I. Pity, I was hoping you would. Perhaps we can search the archives for the answer. Come now. The archives have long been frozen, lest we subject ourselves to further dolor. Surely you can recall that much. Ah, of course. Food. The custom is to serve food. Beings of flesh such as they must regularly replenish their aether. By contributing to their replenishment, we communicate our friendly intention. That's right. That's right. These guys are goofballs. We duly invite you to join us in the communal repast, after which we may engage in leisurely conversation. If we have a chance to learn something, then I see no reason to decline. Excellent. If you would care to follow, we shall feast you on the purest aether. Okay. This facility is where we replenish our ether. There's no particular name for it, but we traditionally sometimes use the word restaurant. Now then, if you would take your place with your comrades, the space will soon be awash with purest ether. Please absorb as much as you like. Feels like a trap. You brace yourself for the rush of sweet, sweet ether, but nothing seems to happen. Perhaps you need to waste a little longer. Well, I mean, they don't have an ether, right? Because it's ran dry. Just as I suspected, as meticulously as one might recreate the I's home world, this is Ultima Thule. One cannot simply generate ether here. As recreations, our friends are oblivious to that fact, to the very truth of their existence, much like the phantoms of the recreated Amarok. However appearances may seem, we must be ever mindful that this is memories of the dead with whom we deal. True. So, did you have your fill of ether? Alas, we couldn't absorb it. A deficiency in our forms, it would seem. Oh, how very unfortunate. May I ask how you normally replenish your ether? Through your mouths, you say? How very primitive and quaint. To think that their mouths serve not only to expel sound, but draw in sustenance besides. Such life forms have long since vanished from our systems. It's funny. Though we regrettably could not partake of your magnificent feast, rest assured we feel welcome most keenly. In the course of acquainting ourselves with your sophisticated ways, however, we could not fail but wonder, wherefore do you wish to obtain vessels of flesh, and thence to vanish? Will you not favor us with an explanation? You flesh and you blood beings are always so hasty. It does have its charm, however. Very well, we shall indulge you. In the beginning, when the Ia yet possessed corporeal bodies, our ancestors dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge and technological advancement. By transcending all limitations, we believed we could eliminate sorrow and abide in true happiness. From the tangibles such as land to the intangibles such as labor, there exist myriad hindrances to progress, but the most confining of all was the flesh itself. Our natural lifespan was distressingly middling, you see, too short to enjoy unhurried lives, yet too long to be considered disposable. Furthermore, to simply maintain the integrity of our bodies demanded considerable resources. But we managed to solve this problem. After long years, we discovered how to become non-corporeal entities with everlasting lives, untroubled by the failures of the flesh. Thus changed, we had more time and freedom to continue our scientific pursuits. We went on to make ever greater strides in our quest to transcend all limitations until we finally decided to challenge last of them all, the limit of knowledge. That is to say, deciphering the laws of creation. We sought to discover how the universe came into being and explain all extant phenomena, and thence predict the future. If we could but achieve this, we believe that we would be free from uncertainty and anxiety. And did you find the answers you sought? Well, yes, we did. Our efforts revealed to us a fundamental truth. Knowledge of said truth is essential for the continuation of our conversation. If you would learn more, we will share it with you. No, we mustn't. Primitive as they are, it would be unspeakably cruel to deprive them of their ignorance. They are possessive corporeal forms, their lives readily ended. As those who have gone before, is it not our duty to warn them? What thinkest thou? This is Ystola's, this is Ystola's sacrifice. Remember, she's seeking knowledge. We have deliberated and come to a consensus. If you're resolved to know it, we will disclose to you the truth we discovered, the truth of the universe. Seek us at the stone pillars just outside the bounds of the abode, a place called Alasia. Yeah. A fundamental truth. We will hear it, of course. Let us learn what has led such an enlightened people to this indolent end. Ere we join the Ea, there's one trifling matter I would fain investigate. Bro Grahatium, may I trouble you for your assistance? Of course. Oh. They're very interesting names. Try to skirt around these guys so that we can get through this as quickly as possible. We only have 15 minutes left in the stream, so definitely want to make sure that we at least make the progress we set out to make. Other what? Wellspring of regret. Aye, this place shall serve. Is it the spring you wish to investigate? Pray forgive me, my friends, but there's naught to investigate. 'Twas but a pretense to speak in private. You have our undivided attention. As we've established, here in Ultima Thule, those denizens of ruined stars are recreated in their twilight days. Yet one question doth arise in my mind. So faithfully formed are the simulacra, they believe themselves yet amongst the living. How dost thou suppose this is possible? Meteon has taken their hearts unto herself. I'm inclined to agree. If Meteon can take the emotions of others as her own, I dare say she would be able to reproduce them more faithfully than had she relied on any historical account. By which logic, she would have visited them while they still lived, the dragons and the Ea both. So too did I theorize, and upon that assumption consider how those two races may have met their demise. According to thine own tale, Meteon perceiveth the emotions of those nearby as her own. A heightened sense of empathy intrinsic to her nature as an intellecti. In the course of her starfaring journey, if she encountered beings who strongly desired a cessation of their existence, she would be powerless before that desire. Even as she possesseth the power to grant it, the power of Dynamis, 'tis my supposition that, overwhelmed by their longing for death, Meteon did unleash Dynamis and ushered the dragons and the Ea unto their doom. Of course, such was not always the outcome. Full many stars did she find already lost to ruin. In order to create a terminus, however, the fervent desire for the end is essential. Therefore, should you struggle to find a way forward, pray ask yourselves this. In the place where you stand, whose is the soul that yearneth most desperately for oblivion? Why do you tell us this now? Ne'er again would I betray your trust. This pledge I did make to my comrades. In bringing thee into my confidence, I would remain true to my word. As for thee, let us consider it my fitting reward for the secrets I harbored for the Crystal Exarch. I once placed my faith in thy chosen path, walking at thy side, full knowing that we were bound for thy demise. I ask now that thou wouldst return the favor and abide in my faith as I fulfill mine own destiny. If you say my debt has come due, how am I to refuse? 'Tis indelicate of me, I know full well, and I can but beg thy forgiveness. Yet, even if I must needs to go such lengths, I cannot well feign ignorance of the answer I have found within. The answer to the question, in what moment might I stand strongest? After all we've been through, I will only say this, or I will say only this. Do what you must and see your conviction through. I shall, my friend, I shall. Without further ado then, let us go join our comrades. Raha. Let us be off to Elcha. Alright. Could have jumped back, but I'm just gonna ride on back. Reveal this portion of map here that was missing. Can't catch me. No, you can't. As soon as I'm done with this MSQ, I still need to work on getting the Aether Currents and everything done for all of these zones, since I haven't done them yet. I don't even know if I've done all Shadowbringers zones yet. A lot of little catch up to do. Alright. Stola. Seems everyone's accounted for, shall we then? What is this immutable truth?
Please continue. Tell us about this truth you discovered.
Very well. Bear in mind, however, that the purpose of this conversation is not to impart scholarly knowledge, for such requires that you comprehend the subject matter, which you will not. We will forego the intricacies of our scientific methodology and deal only with the conclusion, the end of our society and our world.
Okay.
We acknowledge, with regret, that your star is in the midst of the same panic-induced cataclysm that befell Deneb 3. As such, in order to avoid causing undue distress, we will refrain from explicitly stating how much time you have remaining.
You are entirely too kind. I pray you recount your tale as you see fit.
In the beginning, the universe was but a tiny particle. Then suddenly, this particle began to expand.
Sure.
Having remained entirely in the bounds of your star, the phenomenon may be difficult for your kind to grasp. But this expansion has since continued unabated.
Okay.
Speculating that the universe could not grow indefinitely, we sought to learn what might occur, and made a worrying discovery.
What might that be?
The stars will continue to spread apart, as will their finite thermal energies. Eventually, all heavenly bodies will grow cold and freeze. No new stars will be born, and the universe will enter into an eternal ice age.
Eventually.
In hopes of proving that this determination was erroneous. We scrutinized our research from all angles, even as we sought to avert the everlasting winter. The endeavor proved fruitless. So infamously so, in fact, that it became synonymous with vain effort. The universe as we know it would end, and there is no way to prevent it.
I mean...
Beneath the weight of this knowledge, our society stagnated. Though we had time still, it was a cold comfort. Why strive for anything when desolation is assured? When our wealth of wisdom, accumulated since the dawning of our kind, would be forever lost. No civilization would rise from our ashes. No scholar recover our knowledge. In silence unbroken, naught would stir.
But...
Intellect was once our pride. Overnight, it became our shame. Our works, monuments to futility. Immortality, our greatest invention, became a source of suffering. Rather than suffer on, many chose to unmake themselves by means of etheric exsanguinators.
A little intense.
Etched upon these stones are the testaments of such souls. Though many left no words at all, thinking it a pointless gesture.
So these are the last
Once
words
we
of those
vessels
souls.
of flesh, we likewise intend to vanish. If you understand this, understand aught of our tale, you will abandon your quest for knowledge. Ignorance truly is bliss. If you would cling to your illusory happiness, remain primitive and pure. It is the only way.
No.
So that's your story. While I appreciate your advice, I will not heed it. Convinced though you may be of this truth, it is yours and not mine. Indeed, truth, I have ever believed, is in the eye of the beholder.
You tell him, Stola.
Suggesting that we have reached a faulty conclusion? That our science failed us?
Hardly. As you yourself said, the subject matter is beyond my comprehension. And that, I accept, is true. I do not possess the knowledge to prove or disprove your conclusion. In my mortal years, I doubt I could even approach the wisdom of the air. But of one thing am I absolutely certain. I would not be happier in ignorance.
Excuse me. You tell him, Stola.
Y'shtola, no! You mustn't!
But she must.
The most important lesson I've learned is that learning isn't simply passing one's eyes over words. Nay, 'tis when understood for oneself that knowledge attains its true value. This is what has sustained me, driven me onward in joy and wonder, in anger and sorrow.
Told you it was going to be her, though.
The universe may end, and all may be for naught, but I will live as I always have. I will always seek out new knowledge, and no conclusion of yours, no matter how grim, can dampen my desire.
There you go.
suppose it is only to be expected. Their feeble minds cannot fathom the terrifying gravity of it all. But worry not. We consider it our duty to enlighten you, and we will not stop until you grasp the full extent of our despair.
There's the bird. The median bird.
Keep calm and listen well. Though my body will soon dissipate, there may be a way to restore it. Asm's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back. But you
There you
mustn't,
go.
for it would mean losing our way forward. This I only reveal so that you can promise not to invoke the magic. We came here knowing what victory may cost. So press on. Press on, and do not look back.
Yeah, can't accept that.
I shall join thee. As subterfuge is not required, thou shalt not suffer for mine absence.
Urianger.
My resolve hath never been as strong as thine. Full oft have I wavered in my decisions, and afterwards been stricken with regret. In spite of this, I may still stand with my comrades, supporting them as they attempt the greatest of feats.
You tell him,
This truth
Urianger.
I have learned in the course of our journey.
Okay.
And many though my shortcomings may be, I may also claim to excel in prophecies. My studies, into which have granted me the flexibility of mind needed to bend this malleable reality.
Guide me forward, Urianger.
Thus shall I hope that thou mayest have the strength to resist, and our comrades the strength to continue.
With you to urge us on, how could we possibly fail?
Come on. Goodbye. Four-person party for a dungeon. We've got the DPS, the healer,
What's this?
the me, and the triple
An
class.
extinguished civilization. Rekindled.
That's right. Our quest doesn't end here. We'll press on, and we will find you.
He's like, she's about to, she's about to Thanos snap you out of existence.
Is that another star?
Of the stars we visited, most were already devoid of life. And where there was life still, the inhabitants wished for death. But even death, we learned, isn't truly the end. It is but a part of the cycle of rebirth.
Okay.
Souls return to the star, or in its absence, a larger flow. And eventually they are reborn, alive again, to know suffering anew. True salvation lies not in dying. It lies in not being born. This is the gift I would give to you. To all life on beautiful Etheris. To that end, we created an egg wherein life cannot quicken. That dead sun. Attain it if you can. Before your friend's emotions fade away, along with their protection.
So they have a burnt out star where they're holding all of the ether / life essence of all of those. Are you all ready to continue on? Let's make for light shown. They've opened the way for us. That's something. But so dead star above us is where all of the ether / unborn lives of the rebirth step of all of the things that are supposed to exist are now chilling. The tube. Okay. I can feel it. Ether emanating from the arcane platform. This is a portal, and make no mistake. Let's see where it leads us. Travel through the portal. Interesting. It brought us pretty far. So we're gonna get attacked because it's a purple destination. All right. Oh, oops. Use the AoE rotation. Okay. I mean, this looks elegant as heck. Right? Like... Was Omega not created as a star-faring, star-venturing creature by the Allegan as well? Could be wrong about that. Amazing, yet another civilization. Packed as soon as you arrived. We must try to find denizens who are amenable to conversation. We should get the lay of the land, see how far we can go. I'll help Alpha know. In the meantime, you and Graha search. Apart from hostile beings, take care of your footing. I mislike the look of this terrain. Not knowing what the locals are like, you'd best take care of yourselves. We'll find you once we've finished exploring. Let's get to the next aetheryte, and then I'm going to probably call it for the night. But we are legitimately just about at the end, so the stream was more than worthwhile to get caught up. It's all the way over there. All right, let's get through these couple of destination surveys it's gonna make me do. Not patrolling machines. Gonna get attacked again right here. Sorry. You're not gonna like what happens. Nice and easy. Sweet. And then we have one more destination check and the Aetheryte. Oh no, just Graha and the Aetheryte. Look, bro, they're not hostile. Perhaps we can communicate with them. You're searching denizens of the star. Interplanetary travelers. Greetings and welcome to the planet. Bloop, bloop. The planet, what? Could you please repeat that? It appears your hearing organ is unable to process the name in our tongue. It may be translated into yours as Alphatron. Our people, meanwhile, are called Omicrons, and you stand within one of our outposts. The Omicrons, you say, and what is it you do here? We are preparing for war. Amazing. We don't have a target. You have nothing to fear. Should your star become designated, however, you'll be taken into custody and or terminated. Not a little frightening, these Omicrons, but at least they seem to be forthright. And this is the same... So they attack the dragons? Alright. Either way. Aetheryte activating. Whoops. Aetheryte activating. Stream ending. Sunday, we'll be back with some Neo 2. Oh. But until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Good Friday, good Saturday. And I will catch you on Sunday with some Neo 2. Same time, same place. Till then, take care of yourselves.